Hello, everybody. This is Conquering History Games, and welcome to the updated How to Avoid the Second American Civil War in Kaiserreich. This is accurate as of version 0.8, which just came out today. And the first thing, I just want to say a couple of things before we get started here. First off, thank you very much to the Kaiserreich devs for allowing me early access to this version of Kaiserreich so that I could study things for the guides. Now, this is not from the early version. This is the public version. I promised them that I would not show anything from the early version, and I really didn't want to either because I didn't want to accidentally showcase any sort of bugs because it wasn't complete yet. Second thing is, I want to thank all the subscribers who are watching this video. This is a subject that's kind of close to my heart because before I made my original How to Avoid the U.S. Civil War Kaiserreich campaign, as a YouTuber, I only had about 40 subscribers, and today I've got 15,000, and it was really that video that helped launch, some actual traction on the channel. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's just get right into it here. Enough of thank yous. I'm not accepting an Oscar here. So, if you're going to avoid the Second American Civil War, they've made it a little bit more complex. Thank you, Kaiserreich team. As always, of course, you're going to want to play as the United States of America. So first thing you're going to notice is the political parties, the way that they are now, is there is the Socialist Party of America, which takes up the three parties on the left. Then there is the American First Party under Huey Long that takes up the three parties on the right. So you've got Huey Long on one side and Jack Reed on the other. In the middle, you have the Progressive Party that are the Social Democrats underneath Floyd Olson. The Republican Party is led by Herbert Hoover, the current president. The market liberals are led by John Nance Gardner, the Democratic Party, and then the other branch of the Democratic Party, the conservative branch, is also led by John Nance Gardner. So what's going to happen is you're going to start playing the game, and I'm going to be using a lot of save files here. Anybody who's seen my guides before knows I do this often. This is not a playthrough. This is an explanation. So about a month or so... Oh, what a great new image. About a month or so into your game, you are going to get a pop-up about this, the coalition ticket. Many politicians within the upper circle of the Republican and Democratic parties fear that a victory by the Socialist Party of America or the American First Party would mean the end of America and the American way of life. A plan has been proposed within the halls of power to form a coalition ticket between the Republican Democratic parties with progressive Senator Floyd Olson of Minnesota as the presidential candidate. So you're going to have to form the coalition, which is going to cost you stability and political power. You better get used to that and remember what the alternative is. So now, as you see here, there is a National Unity Party. So really, there's only three parties to choose from, even though the ideologies are a little bit different. They're just three coalition parties that have been formed. Now, once you do that, there is going to maybe or maybe not be a series of special events that happen between February and Election Day. Now, they are different, but an example of one is going to be this special election here. I know it says Panama pressures Costa Rica, but that's not the one we're looking at. We're looking at this special election in Washington, where you're going to get to choose between somebody for the socialist parties or somebody who is a Democrat. Somebody in the center, such as a market liberal or a social conservative, to choose from. You're, of course, going to always pick the Democrat because you're trying to avoid the Civil War, aren't you? And sometimes they'll be running against Charles Lindbergh, for example. He will not necessarily always pop up, but it's just going to be a series of special elections. Another event that you're going to maybe see happen is the disunity in the coalition event, where it's gonna say that there's some sort of problem going on somewhere in the United States, and you can either side with the Democrats, the Republicans, or you can force a compromise. Of course, which one you side with is going to increase your political power, political party's popularity. You are now social liberal once you do the coalition government, so you might be tempted to side with whatever the social liberal is, but believe me, you're going to want to force the compromise. Now, this event might pop up more than once in a single run. So, for example, we just saw this is in June 1936, but if we come over here to August 1936, there's going to be a totally separate disunity in the coalition pop-up. which we're going to see in a second. You're also getting to look at all these wonderful new wallpapers. So, in Iowa, a number of progressives have gotten into a conflict with the Republicans and blah, blah, blah. So, once again, you can choose between the different parties. You're going to want to continue to force a compromise. And again, remember, you're doing this to avoid a bloody civil war, which is going to wreck your political power and stability. Another event, just one more that I'm going to show you all, is this one, and you're just kind of already starting to get the gist of how this works, right? Like, if the Disunity and the Coalition thing pops up 20 times, you should always know what to select by now, right? So Southern Democrats complain. This one is kind of interesting because you actually can select let them complain, where else will they go, as opposed to promising to appoint them to the cabinet, and you can still pull off the National Unity Party. I know that the way Kaiserreich usually works is you sometimes have to take a short-term hit to get long-term gain, but believe me, if you do the let them complain, where else will they go, the coalition should not fall apart. And remember that I've been testing this repeatedly. I've run through it repeatedly, even since the update came out, okay? Now we're going to go to actual election day. If the coalition has not fallen apart, you're going to have those three options available to you. Either Jack Reed in the Socialist Party, Huey Long in the American First Party, or Floyd Olson in the National Unity Party, which is going to boost the popularity of all these center parties. And there he is, Floyd Olson himself. Former governor of Minnesota, actually was a progressive in real life. And I think he actually died in 1936 in real life, but I don't think they incorporate that into the game. But anyway, you're gonna start getting these pop-ups where the Socialists and the American First Party are complaining. Notice that the fair deal section of the focus tree, where the Civil War has been avoided, is not open yet. You have not actually, avoided it. So just go and do whatever you want or something. Like don't read into it that I'm doing the air stuff. I was just clicking things as we waited. So, much like the original way that you could avoid the Second American Civil War, being elected is not enough. You then are going to have a series of events that you have to click on afterwards. And these ones I'm not going to go to save files for. I thought I would show them in one continuous stream so that there's no accusations of chicanery going on here. And of course, as you approach January, then Election Day is going to become, not Election Day, you're going to have the inauguration coming soon. And yeah, now we just wait. The things I do to make sure that you guys believe me. But once again, thanks to the Kaiserreich devs for letting me get early access. And while we're here, keep an eye out over the next few days. I am planning to upload, I want to say, 4 beginning of a series at once of different campaigns, and then I'm going to let just see what people react to decide which one I'm going to go down. It's probably going to be Pacific States, CSA, MacArthur's America, and I don't know what the fourth is going to be. Because let's not forget, there's also lots of Central American countries that are available to us as well. We're just waiting for Inauguration Day. There's the New Year's strike. So you see, you keep getting all these negative national spirits. New Year's strike here, lowering your production, efficiency cap and factory output. The Great Depression, which is, of course, horrible, political crisis, all that stuff. All right, we're about a week from Inauguration Day. Your Inauguration Day? Inauguration Day. This still should be a short video, under 15 minutes. I hope everybody. All right, there we go. Floyd B. Olson, inauguration, One Nation, Indivisible. So, note, fair deal is still not open. Neither is Democracy Prevails, which are, you're going to get this pop up. Olson deals with Reed's strike. The CSA are striking. You're going to say negotiation is best. Keep going. Keep going. One thing I do like about the U.S. Is how, now you're going to sit down with them in Chicago. One thing I do like about the United States and its various branches is it's so story-focused. I like to read. I know some people don't like that, but I really do. Long demands to be present at the negotiations. You will tell him he has no business there. He's going to put demands to you. You will implement some of them, which you're going to notice is going to increase the power of the socialists. Long will protest the reforms. You will give him what assurances that you can. MacArthur will propose an assassination of Huey Long. Do it. Just screw it and do it. Then we're going to let a little more time go by. Assassination attempt, he will be dead. I don't know why anyone would ever say he survives unless you're just role-playing. Then again, they might just be trying to create more obstacles for the AI to kind of screw it up. Huey Long is dead. This is awful, but at least we won't be fighting a civil war. Note, it is still not open yet. The fair deal and democracy prevails. Just give it a little bit of time. There we go. Peace at last. God bless the USA. There it is. You can now either go down the fair deal and start working on your economy, or you can start going down democracy prevails. Lots of great story in a lot of these. The localization, but also the... okay, not that one. Second Bill of Rights doesn't have its localization yet, but really interesting stuff as you go down this tree. It's fun. In fact, one of the 4 that I might do to figure out which first 0.8 campaign I'm going to do, I might do Avoid the Civil War America, which I've never played for the channel. Who knows? Let me know if you would like that. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me. I hope that this was helpful to you all. I'm Conquering History Games. Subscribe if you haven't already and click the bell so you're always notified whenever a new video is on the channel. And if you really want to support me, there's a link to my Patreon in the description below. You all have yourselves a wonderful day, and praise Floyd Olson. Bye.